Hey guys, this is David. Kind of a quick start, Elite Dangerous. So we're not going to go into a long intro. All right. So first of all, you want to look at your controls. So open your menu, options, and go into your controls, and set this to what your preference is. I have a custom setup. There are a few things you're going to want to know about. Um, Miscellaneous, good place to start. You got landing gear. If you're using VR, kind of want to set something up for your headset. Drive throttle. You want to know how that works. If you did the tutorial, you should have some slight idea of how all this goes. All right. If you want to manually land and take off, turn off your advanced docking computer. If you want to travel in space a little bit more freely instead of using Super Cruise Assist, you turn that off. You click on it, and then it's inactive. So if I click on that, then that becomes active. All right. This is a stock Sidewinder. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Aerovate. Aerovate has some better services at their stations. There's a wide variety of reasons to get out of this area. So first, you open up your navigation contact panel. Then you go to the galaxy map. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Nope. You can just scroll down past. These are all the bodies within this system. Okay, so we'll go past. All LHS. Okay, and then we're going to go to Aerovate. Click on that. Lock the destination. All right, so we got that destination locked in. And we're going to launch. And try to keep your throttle around 0. Fortunately, this is not going to be a tough takeoff. So you get raised on the elevator. Boink! And now we are actually detached. We use your lateral controls to go straight up. There's, a lot of different ways to exit, which are cool. Speaking of cool, I love flying around these things. Pretty awesome. Okay. Disengage the landing gear. Landing gear slows you down. Now we're going to go into frame shift drive. Frame shift drive is the super special fast engines that this game uses. That's what they call it. It's your faster than light drive, etc. I'm only able to go 211. Believe that's kilometers per second. I always get it mixed up. Might be meters per second. Pretty fast, but on earthly standards. So first we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into star to star. You have two different kinds of frame shift drive. One is super cruise, one is hyperspace. We're going to use the hyperspace control. It's going to say frame shift drive charging. It's going to consume a lot of fuel and instantly teleport us to the star as long as it's in range. So gorgeous. Okay. Of course, your standard trippy Everspace / Stargate / whatever scenario here. It's a loading screen, but it's a pretty one, especially in VR, I guess. All right, I've got the music turned up a little high because I really just like the music in this game. Actually, that might be a little much. Let's see. By the way, you might not have noticed, but I made sure I was not going toward the star there. You don't want to be getting too close to those things. So cool flying around stuff. Alright, now I need to find kind of a base of operations. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a long trip to a place that's close to a ring. I have bookmarked here the nearest station to the star, which that would be a convenient place to buy a new ship or make upgrades or whatever, buy upgrades or whatever, depending on the services that that place has. Now this is the only ringed planet. The reason I'm looking for rings is I'm gonna want to shoot at some pirates, and rings have resource extraction sites where miners are, and pirates want to take out the miners and grab their money and materials. So I'm gonna pick a home base that is any station nearby where I can get repairs and stuff. Repairs and fuel, I believe any station can do. Okay, so I've got that targeted. All right, now I'm gonna look at my little tiny radar on the left there. The circle, the 0, not filled, means behind you, 3-dimensionally. Filled means in front. Okay. Oh, that's a nebula off in the distance. I won't be able to fly to that, I don't think. But that represents actual location on the galactic map, which is a real map of the actual Milky Way. Pretty awesome. Okay, so head to main hub. I like to keep it above my cursor because the better views tend to be out of the top glass. You can turn off all these rings if you want, but I find them oddly calming. Those are distance rings. And some of them are orbit rings. Or I guess, no, they're distance rings that are outside of my... I don't know. This is called the loop of shame. I was going way too fast and not paying attention. So what you want to do as you approach, you want to be going top speed until see that time there stuck at 5? Because if I was going at my current speed directly at it from here, it would take me 5 seconds to smack into it at my current speed. I'm going to turn it way down. So what you want to do is you want to be going max throttle until you get that time down to 7 seconds. Then you crank it down to this blue area on the throttle gauge and just try to manage it somewhere in this 6 to 7 range. I like to do 6 because I'm a wild child. That's kind of a quick situation on that. The reason that it operates this way is the way the frame shift drives work. They catch interference from nearby mass, and by nearby I mean like stellar, planetary scale nearby. So large objects like that cause a lot of drag and interference. So that's why I can maintain the same level of thrust and the time doesn't go up. Because I should, in theory, be accelerating. Because I'm applying forward momentum. Frame shift works a little bit weirdly physics-wise, to say the least. Okay, now I'm going to land on this one. Since you go to your contacts pane. Okay, request docking. You got to be within 7.5 kilometers. And they'll assign you a landing pad. If you're too far out, or there's something else fishy going on, they might just decline it. It could also be that there are too many ships, usually players. Another good reason to play solo or party and not online sometimes. But if you're flying a large ship, your options reduce, so sometimes there can be other reasons. Okay. Come in here. Coming in a little bit hot, but that's okay. Uh-oh. Okay, that's 3 and 4. I need 2. Alright. There we go. Okay, go ahead and drop my landing gear. Come in. Okay, whoops. That's what we call an overshoot, like crazy. Alright, come on, David. You know how to land? Okay, there we go. sure what my issue is today. Have not flown a Sidewinder in a very long time. It's a little bit dicey. Tiny, tiny ship. Alright. So now that I've landed here, this is where I pop up if I blow myself up. Okay, so we'll check out the mission board, see if there's anything interesting, but missions really aren't all that great of a deal necessarily to jump right into. Sometimes it's good to just explore, fly around, practice the basics for a little while. I know it's lame, but you can wind up in a lot of sticky situations that get frustrating. So, I'm just going to show you how to kill a dude. This is safe-ish. You find on your, let's see, go near the top. I want to find the nearest low resource extraction site. Okay, I guess it's just that one. Okay, it's 2,600 light seconds away. Not the most fun, but that's okay. Oh, it's got a hazardous too. I might want to fly one of my big boats out here. Just for kicks. Hang out with noobs. Okay, so now I've got that low resource extraction site. I'm going to launch. These little basic sidewinders are just, in current technology terms, just a miraculous piece of equipment. Okay, undo the landing gear. Alright. Now, mass locked means I'm too close to a station or a planet or other spaceships, especially if they're big. So you got to get off the mass lock to turn on your frame shift drive. Now I'm going to go into super cruise, which is just the other way of running frame shift, and it's actually how I got when I came in toward that sun. I was in super cruise mode, and that was what I used to get to here. Now I'm going to go back into it, but this time from the station. Okay, and it's not doing the same kind of effects exactly. And so now here I am, flying through space again. Super cruise, it's fun, but you spend a lot of time in it sometimes. Okay. Got my engine set to top. Power distribution. Sorry if it's a little jerky, I fidget. I have to get a little bit better about that. Okay, so now I'm going max throttle, as you can see here. Reset the headset there. A little better view. I have my my controls affixed to my office chair. I pulled off the armrests and used the bars strapped. A couple of controls, or a couple of camera poles to that, and then used Velcro to affix the throttle and stick. These are actually reflective of the SATEC controls. I'm using the Thrustmaster T16000. They're both good. I just happen to like the T16000 better. I like the way the throttle slide works a little better. Anyway, you've got these various panels that you can scroll through while you're waiting. So you'll see also the time is going down dramatically because I am away, because I'm accelerating a lot, multiple times the speed of light here, and going up quickly. So that time there that you see underneath the light seconds is the amount of time it would take at this rate to get there. It's going down because I'm accelerating. It's going down faster than 1 second per second, if that makes sense. It's probably not much. But once I become entangled in the gravity or mass of my destination as they get closer, I'm I almost went for an overshoot. Got to keep it under above 6 seconds. Like 6 flat. You don't want to see 5 seconds. So then you got to swing around and back because you'll fly past it really fast. So keeping it at 7 seconds is safe. The blue zone is key on the throttle. See how it's orange, then blue. Blue is your most agile range. Your ship has the best control at those thrust speeds. Okay. Just the scale. Ugh. I used to dream about flying around rings and like seeing what they were all about. And God, are they gases? Are they rocks? Is it ice? What is it? Now I'm about to shoot pirates in one. Okay, we're getting close. Megameters. Those are 1,000 meters. I'm sorry, a million. 1,000 kilometers is what I meant. Here we go. Getting close. And disengage. Anytime that's blue, you'll pop in at basically the range you want. Alright, so this is where some of your controls start to come in, knowing your controls. I'm being scanned by someone. I guess the cops. They want to make sure I don't have any illegal stuffs on me, or I don't have any warrants. Okay. So there's nobody else really in range that I can detect on my scanners. The scanners are pretty low on the basic Sidewinder, but you can just keep cycling through targets. Okay. Sorry, that was my phone. Okay. Federal dropship. He's a federal agent. Okay. I think these federal agents are going to be clean in this universe. Lol. Okay. Okay. What about this guy? Oh, he's another federal agent. Okay. Okay. Not a lot going on here. Hoping for some baddies. Okay, so takes a little bit to find these guys sometimes. Okay, uh-oh, Mr. Madass. Uh-oh. Ah, poop. He was having some troubles though, see him spinning. Alright. I'm gonna boost. I got my engine maxed out on my power distribution. Uh-oh. Let's see what we got here. Bandit, huh? Is he a badass? Uh-oh. Damn it. He got blown up already. Jeez. Alright. Okay. Concord, that's funny. Alright. Okay, he's clean. You gotta scan these people. You gotta get them targeted and you gotta get them in front of you. Sorry. I did not explain that. Uh-oh. Combat music. Oh, okay. I don't know what triggered that. Oh, shizzles. Alright. Just flying toward the big blob of ships in hopes I can locate some trouble. You want I'm having trouble boosting. Got a small power distributor, so there's just not a lot of energy for recharging the engines to boost. I'm gonna have to cut a lot of these videos. it's good to always have a point of reference. So if you can avoid it, don't try not to change your. If you get lost on like where you are, you want to have um, some central point. The point of reference there makes it easier to um, make sure you're not getting lost. Okay. Ah. Okay. Ah. Yeah, they're just getting wiped out before I can even engage. It's like, oh, bad guy exists, bad guy gets blowed up. What you want to do is locate these guys, get a couple of hits on them before they get wiped out. Because if you get some damage in, you get bounty credits. You get the whole bounty. Everyone who engages gets the whole bounty. Aha, there we go. So you tag him a little bit. Cops are on him. See, yeah. So you just take little pot shots. These are gimbaled, so they face the ship. The reason you want to keep the pot shots low is you don't want them to pay a lot of specific attention to you. What is this? Uh-oh, bad guy. Alright, so... Yep. There you go. He already had a lot of damage done to him by other people. See, now I just made 30,000. Like, that's a good little amount of money for a beginner. What I could do now, and actually I am going to do now, is run back to base. Okay. You need to know how to retract your weapons because you cannot frame shift drive with your stuff out. Also, see, I'm mask locked because I am near the asteroids. So I need to get away from the asteroids. Doobie-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Come on. There we go. Should get away from the mass here in a second. Alright. What I could have been doing while I was doing that also was locating my little base there. Actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to go to a much bigger place. Show you landing on a big station. Alright, so I'm going to engage Super Cruise. This video is hopefully going to be one of the less entertaining ones because I'm trying to be more informative, which puts me in a less chatty mood, I guess. But so gorgeous. So see, I have that planet behind me, still kind of slowing me down a little bit, but I'm going up to the see, megameters per second is pretty fast. I'm getting close to C. I'm gonna start accelerating dramatically. I think that is slowing me down right there. So turn away from it a little bit. Yeah, now I'm speeding up much faster. So sometimes I play these little trigonometry games where I'm trying to work out what's the best way to get my speed up to the highest possible, speed. And I like to rotate to where the upward, I want to be, I'm needing to align to an upward landing. But while we're doing trajectory games, it's best to just keep this going until I can get my seconds down close to 7. Then I'm going to align my ship a little bit more closely. Or I may, I like to keep it turned away perpendicularly a little bit from the disk, the orbit disk. You'll see this happens a lot in space, I believe. I'm not an astrophysicist, but you wind up with a lot of these disk patterns where all the moons are traveling around a similar axis. At least that's the way it is in Elite Dangerous. I don't know. Maybe my science is BS. Another option is to go to the nav beacon. That's another good place to pick up bad guys, BGs. Not that I have a problem with Barry Manilow, but the rest of those guys are a little shady. Ooh. Cool. Dark patch there. Oh boy, I'm going so fast. I overshot big. Just need to get myself perpendicular to my desired trajectory for a second, and it slows me down relative to the object. Okay, that is affecting my frame shift. See, I'm pushing against this mass interference by having any acceleration at all. The cool thing about that is it means that you spend less time doing retro thrust. So it's kind of a maybe the mechanics of convenience. Imagine you spend half of your time full on acceleration, then the other half of the time facing away from your target, full on deceleration. Because you need to be going, close to zero when you land. The way space works and such. No friction. This game manufactures a lot of friction for us so that we can travel, so that it can make a little bit of sense to us. So yeah, this is a ring station. I actually came in at the wrong angle. So again, 7.5 kilometers. Alright, I'm flying towards the opening. Wonder if I should avoid those spokes maybe. Yeah. So I'll get past the spokes and then I'll request clearance to land. That's so cool. All these hydroponics. Look at all that hydro, man. I wonder if there's churches and shit in the future. Got some cool buildings, residentials, I guess. Business administration stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Someday there will be realities where you can get that granular, which will be, wow. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to my contacts, request docking. Okay. Speed limits, 100 kilometers per hour, second. No, meters per second. Okay, landing pad, 31, okay. Go in on the green side. There is other traffic. If you're speeding, yeah. If you're going over 100 and you make contact with another ship, you get a fine. Possibly get your ass blasted. Don't want that. Okay, come in. 31. If you have auto docking, you just set your throttle to 0 and it'll do the landing for you. Where's 31? There we go. Alright. I like to do it manual because I'm a badass. Really? Yeah. Okay, here we go. And then you line yourself up. Okay. And my landing gear's down. I put it down. Alright, there we go. Go to Starport Services. Go to Contacts. The Authoritas. And then redeem all bounties. Boom. I just made a bunch of money. Now I can buy some upgrades for my ship. That's basically how you do it at first. Then you can get into missions and explore other stuff. It's a good idea to just run out and do stuff for a little while, though. So that's basically how I would start it if I could do it from now. Just wanted to say thanks to Aaron Bratton. he kind of inspired me to get started on this whole recording thing. He's doing his own podcast that I'm going to put in the comments. And also Chris Richardson, who messaged me and explained to me that there were some frustrations he was having with the game. Very smart guy, and if he and I both had all these issues trying to figure out how to work it, then I know that we're not the only ones. Anyway, all right. I guess y'all have a good one. Thanks.